News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and now 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
A hostage situation turned out to be a hoax. Good morning, everyone. It's Montana Morning. It's Wednesday, May 6, 2015. Another gorgeous morning is dawning, bright and clear. We have 34 degrees in Missoula right now. And our newscast sponsored by Kootenai Creek Village, the maintenance-free active adult community in Stevensville, where you have hundreds of builders' options to choose from. What began as a 911 call about a possible hostage situation near the university campus yesterday quickly turned out to be a hoax. Missoula Police Public Information Officer Travis Welsh has more.
Originally, we received information that there was a man who resides on Garnet Court here in Missoula that may have been armed with a weapon and may have taken hostages. However, I'm being told that the officers that responded to the scene did not find any such situation occurring, and that they're reporting back to me that it was apparently unfounded.
Missoula and U of M police went from blocking off streets to standing down within just an hour of the initial call, which came at about 2:30. According to Welsh, a similar hoax occurred recently in Stevensville, but it's unclear if the two situations were related. A former youth services counselor has been sentenced to 15 years with 10 years suspended for raping a pregnant 17-year-old girl who was under his supervision. The Billings Gazette reports that Brad Douglas Johnson was sentenced in district court yesterday. He pleaded guilty to 2 felony rape charges in February. Johnson will have to register as a level 1 sex offender, the least likely to reoffend. At the sentencing, Johnson apologized to the victim and his family and said depression and problems at home motivated his actions. Yesterday, Governor Steve Bullock signed House Bill 488 into law that would toughen Montana's existing DUI laws. John Barnes, spokesman for Attorney General Tim Fox, said the bill was sponsored by Representative Keith Regier of Kalispell and was introduced at the request of the Attorney General.
This was a bill that kind of tightened some of that up and overall strengthened Montana's DUI laws and also increased some penalties, doubling fines.
Barnes said repeat DUIs will remain a problem in Montana.
Our guys, our troopers out on the highway, they're the ones who have to clean up the bodies and the blood, and they see the wrecked lives and destroyed property. So we know this is a real problem, and ever since the very beginning, we've been taking steps to combat it, and we will continue to do so.
Last month, Governor Bullock also signed House Bill 111, which increased the maximum prison sentence for those who've been convicted of 4 or more DUIs. Montana's top education official says the state is unlikely to reach the required participation rate in student achievement tests this year. Superintendent of Public Instruction Denise Juneau said yesterday she expects between 82 and 92% of schools to participate this year. That's falling short of a federal requirement of 95%. Deputy Superintendent Dennis Parman says it would be the first time Montana has not reached the goal since the No Child Left Behind Act initiated it back in 2001. Juneau made the testing optional for schools on April 15th after software glitches delayed some students from taking the first standardized tests under the Common Core standards that Montana and about 40 other states have adopted. Juneau said she expects other states also will fall short given widespread technical problems in administering the computer-based testing. A man died after his motorcycle crashed into a roadside ditch on a county road west of Kalispell. The highway patrol said the man's motorcycle went off Rhodes Draw about noon Monday and landed in a ditch that contained water. Trooper Pat Herman says a witness saw the driver start to lose control before going into the ditch. He was unresponsive when emergency responders arrived and died at the scene. Herman said the man suffered head trauma, but it was possible he was knocked unconscious and drowned. The cause of death is still under investigation. The man's name and hometown have not been released. Yesterday, Montana Senator Steve Daines applauded small business in the state in recognition of National Small Business Week. Daines pointed out the role that Montana small business hold in supporting Montana's economy.
During National Small Business Week, we recognize all of the hardworking Montana men and women who took the risk to start a small business. According to the Small Business Administration, small businesses represent more than 97% of all Montana employers, in turn employing more than 68% of Montana's private sector labor force.
Dane said there are a lot of small business success stories in Montana.
Look no further than Bozeman, where Advanced Electronic Designs is doing incredible things in innovation, helping to build up Montana's high-tech sector. Their team is comprised of 15 Montana State University engineers, and together they have designed more than 70% of the LED signs in Times Square, from the NBC Today Show to the Disney Store.
Daines concluded his speech saying, when small businesses succeed, our economy thrives. My apologies. The Ravalli County Resource Advisory Committee is now accepting new project proposals from the public. Bitterroot National Forest Executive Assistant Johnny Lupke says this isn't the first time Ravalli County's reached out for suggestions.
We've done this several years in the past. I think it's been since 2009. So we're looking forward to approving projects again this year. All projects must benefit the National Forest System. Projects must meet certain criteria to improve federal lands, road and trails, infrastructure, maintenance, wildlife, and fish habitat. As long as it shows a direct benefit to National Forest System lands.
Lupke says monies used by different groups for certain projects have to be used within the Bitterroot National Forest.
They have to be used within Ravalli County and direct benefit to the National Forest around Ravalli County, which would be all Bitterroot National Forest. Give me a call at 363-7182, or I'd be happy to respond to emails jmlubke@fs.fed.us.
3 projects that received RAC funding last year includes Classroom Without Walls in Corvallis, Little Blue Joint Culvert in the Bitterroot National Forest, and the Bitterroot Canyons Clearing and Deferred Maintenance Trail Improvements within the Montana Conservation Corps. Find out more at our website at newstalkkgvo.com. In the District 1 school trustee elections that were counted yesterday, the top 2 vote-getters, Grace Decker, 5,616, and incumbent Michael Smith with 4,393. Those both are on the board now. John Fletcher came in third, was not elected. Missoula High School District B, Lisa Tripke defeated longtime member James Sadler, 567 to 553. Corbin Branst got 392, so Tripke takes that post. In Mineral County, voters passed a 2-year levy for $996,000 to enable the local community hospital to remain open. Citizens there will pay an extra $5 per month per $100,000 in property. Our News Talk time now is 6:12.
News Talk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Partly sunny skies today with an isolated shower this afternoon. Highs will top out in the mid-60s. Winds will be out of the west-northwest at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Mostly cloudy tonight, lows right around 40. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for KECI 13.